So I've decided, like I was saying, that we're doing standing poses first. So this is another standing pose, and this one is, it's quite an unusual one. I've never seen this done anywhere else, and I'll be honest with you, I can't remember where it's come from. Somebody's done it with me at some point, and it was called Krishna, Lord Krishna pose. I just can't remember where I've done it or learnt it from, but I do know that this one suits the chakra that we'll be working on. So this is a standing pose, so you're going to come onto your mat. If you have any kind of knee, ankle or hip issues, you might find this quite a challenging pose to do, because you're going to balance. Even though both feet are on the floor, the toes are on the floor for one foot and the foot is on the floor for the other foot, you still might find this difficult. So if you wish, you can do this one with both feet roots down the ground. You don't have to try and add the balance to this. So you are going to bring the arms up and above the head, just so it's a bit easier for you to see what I'm doing with my arms. I'm going to come down for a second. So the arms are actually going to come. I'm going to start with the left one, palm is going to face up. And then with the right arm, the arm is going to go up and over the head. Obviously, if you've had any kind of surgery, you might find that too much. So you can just rest the hand on the shoulder, and you can just take it a little bit further that way. So what we're going to do is we're going to have one arm over the top of the head and one hand is going to be here. And we're actually going to lean towards one side. So I'm going to stand up so you can see what I'm doing. So first thing, you're going to ground your left foot down. So the left foot is on the mat. I'm going to go a little bit further over. You're going to cross the right foot in front of it and put the toes on the floor. So I've got toes on the floor on one foot, and I'm on the flat on the foot of my left side. Right toes, left foot. Now bring your left hand inside and draw your right arm up and over your head. Now you're going to take a deep breath, breathe in, and as you exhale, you're going to lean over towards your left hand side to the toe side. Palm still facing up on the left arm, palm facing down on the right arm. Now if you look down now, you should be able to see your big toe. So you want the space between the 2 feet enough for you to be able to see the big toe. Now you don't want to collapse into the chest remains open here. And make sure you don't collapse the ribs into the waist. If it feels okay, you're going to turn the gaze up towards that arm. If that's too much, let the gaze come down. Now you'll notice what a beautiful curve I've made down the right hand side of my body here. And again, we breathe and hold that for about 10 breaths, as far as is comfortable for you, in your Lord Krishna pose. And when you're ready, take a breath and ease gently back to the center. Put your hands onto your waist and just ease out into that right ankle, because the toes, of course, were on the floor. So you're going to ground yourself, ready to come onto the other side. So root the right foot down this time. Cross the left leg in front and get the toes onto the floor. See, there is a distance. Don't have the toes and foot too close. Bring them so they're about hips distance apart. It gives you more space. This time the right hand, palm faces up. Left arm up and over the head, so the left palm is facing down. Arching and folding into both arms. Lengthen right towards the top of the head, take a deep breath. And as you exhale, you're going to lean over towards your right this time. Now I'm not going as far because that's where my surgery is, so I can feel that straight away. So I've not gone so far that I can see my toe. Just taking that gently, you don't have to push it too far. And as you're in this pose, one hand is being drawn to the opposite side and the upper hand is being drawn over the head. If it feels okay, gaze raises. If you have vertigo or anything like that, I suggest that you look at the floor. If you have low blood pressure and you feel as if you're going to start getting too dizzy, ground by looking down. That helps you to remain grounded. And again, no collapsing into the heart. Keep the length right the way through towards the top of the head, and ribs and hip. Keep a space here, almost if you're trying to lift up and over a big ball. And when you know that you've come enough, ease the centre, put your hands back onto your waist. So all if you need to, you can do this near a wall, and again you're going to circle out into that ankle. Just going to ease into the hips. So if you're doing any of these poses, especially when you're lifting up your arms in that way, you must make sure you've done your breast surgery exercises all of the time. Doesn't matter how long ago it was you had your surgery, you need to be doing those exercises, I've been told, for the rest of your life. So Lord Krishna's pose, and it's quite a dancey pose, because in a lot of cases you will see Lord Krishna has a little flute and he plays a flute, and that's why it seems quite a graceful pose. It's quite a dancey kind of pose.